Hello, friends. Thanks for joining me. In this morning, I just had this thought that just flashed through me, talking about how our cultural differences can create a lot of barriers to our success in lives. And thinking over it, I tend to look at it in this or have a different perspective, which I want to just quickly share with us briefly. Looking at our cultural differences, our ethnicities, where we come from, we tend to portray more of ourselves and what we think we are than what we should be, or how the society should be able to be groomed up to become a community where people are able to live and care for each other. Looking at, for example, a community like Nigeria, where I come from, a nation full of people from different cultural backgrounds, different status of life, different way of living, different way of how they think, say, or do things. For example, we have 4 major languages, which include the Hausa, which is part of me, Igbo and Yoruba, and lastly English, which were being colonized by the British. This has gone a long way in making our relational contact with each other much more easier, because in every 4 cardinal points of Nigeria, the north, the west, the east, and the south, these 4 major languages are spoken, apart from other over 700 ethnic languages we have in Nigeria. And the reality of this is that with the current situations and trend of events of how things have been so challenging and way of life back in Nigeria, about the crisis, here and there, the killings, the destructions of lives and properties, it's so alarming. And when you look at this critically, you find that it has a religion undertone, it has a political undertone, it has also classical undertones that makes lives more unbearable for people to live. And my quest is this: if we can go to the same market and make the same purchases, irrespective of who the buyer or the sellers are. I can remember vividly in those days, people even patronize more of the houses and more of the Muslims because of their business expertise in the things they do. And of course, they have some of the Christians too, who also have other traditional, worshippers, who also have the good businesses expertise. But the paramount thing is the fact that we go to the market, we go to the market squares, we take the same transportation, without, saying this is for the Muslims, this is for the Christians, and this is for other traditional, worshippers. No, we find ourselves in those, avenues, and we interact successfully. And my question is this: why then do we come to the political era? Where then do we come to our schools? Why then do we come to other, meetings, gatherings, our interactional, place of work, and even in jobs, and yet we tend to portray these differences? We said this belongs to a Muslim, this belongs to a Christian, this is, for the other, religion. Particularly these two, Christians and Islam. Christianity and Islam, so to say. It has made it so difficult on how people interact and relate. My throw is this: please, in as much as we can travel in the same transportational means of, movement from one place to another, in as much as we can still go to the same market square and buy and sell, irrespective of who the buyer or the seller is, all we're out for is our market, our sales, our profit. I enjoy and encourage us to do the same in our offices, in our schools, in our churches, in our mosques, in our place of worships, wherever we find ourselves on the street. Let's share this same love and care for one another. We are one before the eyes of God. He made us to live together as a community. Let this community of friends abound in us to live in love forever. Thank you so much. Show love to one another today and forever, and we'll make our world a better place. Thank you. I remain Ezekiel Danok.